So Thursday morning, 7 a.m, ready for some more everyday Chi Gung. Is there anything that I need to say today? Anything that wants to be said today? No. Cool. So, just going to turn this camera a little bit, make sure it's square. Awesome. Right, let's get ourselves ready. So turn your foot 45 degrees, sitting down through the leg. Place the other foot on the floor and just gently rock it back and forth. And swap to the other side. So as you're doing this, just take stock. See if you can work out where you're holding yourself tight, tense or rigid. If there's anywhere where you are in resistance, anything twisting or pulling or feeling tight. And see if you can just get it to expand and release. And then just pick up your ankle and shake off the foot. Swap to the other side. So you're sitting down through the leg, picking up your other foot and just shaking the ankle. Relaxing down through the legs as you do. And then pick up your knee, circle the foot round. Back the other way. And swap. Pick up the knee, circling the foot. Back the other way. And change. So feet together, just circling the knees. So as you're doing this, just make sure you're not leaning your head too far forward and putting pressure into the feet. Just sitting back nice and comfortably. Allow the knee, the ankle and the feet to open. And back the other way. And change, come up, find your shoulder width. So feet together. Turn out the toes, turn out the heels. So the feet turn parallel, pointing straight in front of you. And then softening the feet, let them spread out onto the floor. Comfortable. Then softening the ankles. Looking for the alignments through the body, so how the ankles sit comfortably over the feet without resistance. Softening the knees. Allowing the knees to come to rest, off lock, over the ankles. And then softening the hips. Again, just allow the body to move, allow the legs to find that alignment so that you can stand comfortably without twisting or putting resistance into the legs. Softening the muscles as you go, into the hips. So the hips open, the muscles around the hip joints just release off. Make sure you're not, or the hip isn't twisting down through the leg. And let the tailbone just drop. So by dropping the tailbone, you're opening up your lower back. Shoulders resting comfortably over the hips. Make sure the spine is then elongated, not stretched or pulled tight, but elongated so everything can open up. Shoulders resting comfortably over the hips. Then gently tuck the chin in to empty your neck. And then just let your mind just sink down into your belly as you breathe into the belly. All the bones floating in space. Muscles release, expand, sink. So as you breathe, just become aware of where your energy actually is. out in front of you or above or around you. See if you can get the energy just to sit back against the spine. So you're sitting back against the spine, letting your mind sink into the belly. Tailbone stays dropped. So you're sitting down on the bar stool. Softening everything down through the body. Softening the arms, the upper arms. Opening the elbow joints. Softening the forearms. Opening the wrists. Emptying the hands. So the hands become soft and heavy. So there's a slight stretch going on down through the arms and the muscles just release to allow that. Bones floating in space, muscles release and sink. Soft tissue releases and sinks. Breathing in, bring the hands up the centre line. Turning the palms over and up over the head. And breathe out, circling the hands down, keeping the shoulders released, elbows sunk, hands soft. Slight pause at the end of the out breath, then breathing in. And breathe out. If you want to, as your hands pass the shoulders, sinking into the hips and the thighs. Breathing in, come up. And breathe out. All the time letting the mind sink down into the belly. Looking for your centre. Softening the body. Softening the breathing. Sitting back against the spine. Sorry about that. And one more. And then breathing in, bring the hands up to the chest. Breathe out, palms to the floor, and just push down, come to rest on the feet. Reconnect, softening the feet, the ankles, knees, the hips, tailbone drops, pelvis levels, lower back opens, shoulders resting comfortably over the hips, chin tucked in to open up the neck, bones floating in space, muscles release and sink. Softening down through the qua, into the legs. The breathing to sink into the belly, opening up the chest, softening the diaphragm. Sitting back against the spine and the pelvis. Let the mind sink. Breathing in, bring the hands up to the chest. Breathe out, turn the left hand up, right palm pushes down. Breathe in, hands come back to the chest. And breathe out, left hand pushes down, right hand rises up. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, sinking down into the thighs and the hips. Breathing in, come up. And keep going. One more. Hands come back to the chest. Palms to the floor, push down and breathe out. Let the hands come to rest by the sides. And again, reconnecting with your feet. Seeing how everything lines up, opening the ankles, softening the knees and the hips. Tailbone drops so you're sitting down. Shoulders resting over the hips. Chin pulled back very gently to open up the neck. And just release all the muscles sitting back against the spine. Let everything sink. Let the bones float in space. Connecting with the spine. Sitting back into the pelvis. Let the mind drop down into the belly. Breathing into the belly. And just turn the waist to bring the shoulders round, softening down through the legs and turn back. So you're allowing yourself to sit comfortably. Let the waist turn so that shoulders turn. But don't twist. You're not twisting past where the hips and the waist go. And just soften down through the legs, sitting back against the spine. And then releasing the shoulders so that the arms can swing like a piece of rope. So you really have to disengage the shoulders, release the triceps, biceps, softening the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, and let the hands become heavy like a weight on the end of a piece of rope. And then sitting back against the spine as you turn, you're rotating around your spine and letting the waist do all the work. The legs become like shock absorbers or pistons. So you're trying not to twist down through the legs. And just let the breathing drop down into the belly. If you tuck your tailbone under and sit down, it becomes easier. And you can speed the motion up a bit, let your breathing slow and find a pattern that works for you. Looking to just totally release the shoulders, softening across the shoulder blades, releasing the muscles down either side of the spine. You can get a sense of how everything's connected from your feet up through your waist to your shoulders and out through the hands. Not solid, but connected. And then we change the motion slightly, so the swinging of the arms now. As you turn the waist, let the hands go out to the sides. You'll really let the arms go now, so that you're not flapping them in any way. It's the waist turning that allows the arms to swing. And be very mindful of what's going on with the knees, because we're turning the waist, the shoulders and the hips. There is a tendency for the knee to twist, and we don't want to do that. Let the knee stay in the plane that it likes best, forward and back, but not pushing further than the end of the toes and not hyperextending backwards. Just soft. Really loosen off down the spine, sitting back against the spine into the pelvis. Opening and emptying the neck. You put the tongue in the roof of the mouth, just behind the teeth if you like. Make a L sound and the tongue will automatically go there. And change. Let the hands come to rest by the sides, reconnecting with the feet, the ankles, the knees, the hips, tailbone drops, shoulders resting comfortably over the hips, elongating the spine, chin pulled back gently to open up the neck. And breathing, let yourself sink down into the feet. Bones standing upright, muscles release, expand and sink. Softening the hands, emptying the hands. As you breathe in, palms to the floor, bring the hands forward. Drop the fingertips, raise the arms to shoulder height. Then drop your elbows, drop your wrists down as you're pushing through water. Breathing in. Don't lean forward. Keep sat back against the spine. Softening down through the body as you breathe. Sinking down into the hips and the thighs. You're sitting down. One more. Change. Taking the fingertips to the right, circling the hands up. Right hand in front of the face, left hand sinks down, and both hands, palms facing the floor, holding the ball in the centre. Sitting back against your feet, your ankles, opening the knees, softening the hips, tailbone drops, shoulders resting over the hips, elongating the spine, pull the chin back, and then really let the shoulders release, the elbows sink, softening the hands. Take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, just turn the waist to the right, nice and gently. Breathing in, swap the hands, return to the centre. Then breathe out, turn over the left. Breathing in, square the hips, swap the hands. So really sitting back against the spine, softening the shoulders. Let the waist do all the work. And as you breathe in and return, the hands just swap, rotating around the spine. So look for anywhere where you start to be pulled off center, leaning forward, all side to side, all back. And just allow yourself just to come back, sitting back into the pelvis against the spine, rotating around the spine, using the waist to turn. Softening down through the body, get a sense of how everything connects. Just check to see, make sure you're not holding yourself tense and tight in your shoulders. Let all the muscles sink, soften, release. One more. And circling up the lower hand, so both hands come up to the chest. Take a breath in. Breathe out, let the hands float down. Come to rest by the sides. Then close your hands over your tummy. Left hand under right for men, right hand under left for ladies. And then just sinking down through the feet, softening the feet, the ankles, the knees, the hips. The tailbone drops, shoulders resting comfortably over the hips, chin pulled back to create stretch in the spine, and then breathing into the belly. Let the mind just sink down into the belly to find your center. So it's not the abdominal wall and behind the palms, it's back within the body. Sitting back against the spine, and just breathe. Change, bring the hands up, wiggle the fingers at the ends of the arms. Again, softening your shoulders, sinking the elbows, opening the wrists, softening the hands. bring the hands down, circle the hands at the ends of the arms. Change, just breathing in, coming up onto the toes. Breathe out, let yourself drop. In and breathe out. And keep going. And one more. And relax. So again, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you enjoyed this session. If you have any questions or comments, then please leave them in the comments section below. And if you could tag, share and like this video so that we can get it far afield, that would be absolutely fantastic. I'll be back at 9:30 this morning for all my white, red and black dragons out there doing the Chi Gung set in day 14 of our 20-day Chi Gung challenge. And I'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock for another one of these. So just take stock of what your body's telling you. Be kind to yourself. Do you need salt, sugar, water or rest? And have a really, really great day. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.